Hi, welcome back to the channel. This week we're taking a look at Pigments 5 from Arturia. So Pigments is Arturia's flagship synth, and as many people know who are following this channel, it is my latest favorite. There are quite a few changes. I would say the majority of them are cosmetic and a bit workflow related, as opposed to features themselves. So an example of that is if you go to the play screen, you've got this visual display here. So if you click through the sounds, if you click through the keys, you can see the frequencies respond here. It's quite good. I'm not sure I'd use it, but it's just a nice touch. However, one of the big changes, the main one, in fact, for me, is the ability to change the phase of the wavetable. So if we go to this little button up here, and then we change the phase, you can see that scroll across. So if we were to change that to a saw, for example, we can get perfect phase for our bass lines now. So that was really the only essential thing that was missing. All the rest really just nice to haves now. So for an example of the nice to have, if you click on the menu here, it's a lot cleaner with this presentation view rather than having the big boxes or the squares everywhere. And then the same applies to the effects as well. So if we click on the effects, if we click on here, we get a drop down or a list instead of having the, as I said, the big squares which take up all the screen. But today we're going to make the most of the new samples that have been included and also the new sequencer features as well. So the sequencer in this is just fantastic, and they've taken it to another level now with a lot of randomization options. So if we change this to sample and then look at the samples that we have, click on the Pigments 5 folder, and then these are the new ones that we have here in this folder. So a couple 808s, but then a lot of world instruments as well, which sound really good. The voices are also excellent, especially I like this male one. That's really going to come in handy. I think I've already got a use for that. The hang drums sound quite good. Let's go for this lyra. Lyra. So now let's turn on the sequencer. It's just playing straight 16ths, which is quite boring. But now what we can do is, let's change, well the rate can be, let's change it a bit slower, 1/8. And then if we click on this generation, this will generate a random pattern each time you press it. So you can select the classic scales down the left here, or these generative ones to the right here. So you've got acid, contrasting minor, etc, etc. Some of them sound excellent. Let's just keep it on acid for now, because who doesn't like a bit of acid? And then if we click on the dice here, it will randomize this. So currently it's playing 8 because we set it to 1/8. But now if we do auto regen, we can set that to do at the end of, let's say, half a bar. So that is constantly generating a new sequence every time it hits that half a bar. Let's now go to our effects. Let's just drag delay and reverb down to 2. Turn off the aux send. And in B, we're going to turn off the reverb and the delay here. And in the third one, on our now nice new clean menu, let's choose shimmer. Let's put a bit of tape echo. So instantly that just sounds magical to me. However, let's spice it up a bit more. Let's send engine 1 is going to filter 1, so that's fine. Let's pan this hard left. We can even turn it off and the panning still works. You can see a little bit coming from the right, but that's just the reverb. The majority is the left still. We need to turn this filter routing to the right, so it goes in sequential order. Now let's turn on engine 2. This one needs to go to filter 2, and we can pan that one hard right. So that's a piano. We already had the piano in the previous version, so let's skip over. Let's find something new and exciting. That sounds quite good. The Zenko. And you can hear this one's coming directly from the right now. Let's just add a bit of bit crusher now, just to bring that out of the mix a bit. A bit of super unison also. It really does make creating stuff like this just so unbelievably easy. And then once you've got it to this stage, you can either just record out the audio, or personally I would prefer to record out the MIDI, which is also possible as well. And then once you've got the MIDI, then you can choose a section of, say, 16 or 8 bars that you like, and then loop that, so it's not continuously repeating. It's a free update, so go and grab it, and have fun. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.